It's another day, the sun is shining. Got to know what's going on around you. Wake up, it's the time to motivate your mind. Come with me, let's make this moment brighter. Wake up with the Bahamas at sunrise. Come on and wake up with the Bahamas at sunrise. Wake up with the Bahamas at sunrise. Wake up.
Good morning and welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise. It's another dead early edition here on Monday. Thank you for joining us on this marvelous Monday. My name is Mark Daniels.
And I'm Ebony Bahamas. Good morning, Bahamas.
And we're so happy that you survived the weekend. It's another week. We're midway through October. You can smell Christmas on the breeze. Like, you know, that heat just starting to turn down a little bit. Those winds shifting out of the north. Time for people to start unpacking decorations and playing some Nat King Cole. We there yet?
1, 2, 3. I mean,
two
we got to
already.
get to Thanksgiving first.
Oh, right. So, all right, just hold off Christmas breeze. No, come Christmas breeze, hold off on the decorations.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
not too early. So how was your weekend, Ebony?
Fantastic. I went to a lot of events. I showed my face. I got to dance and party. It was great.
Good. I also had an eventful weekend. I had my mom's birthday party on Friday, my twin nephews party on Saturday. Shout out to Leah Eneas, One Blood, another successful reggae event. I still barely catching myself. But we are here dead early on this Monday, ready for another exciting show. So we got a lot coming up today. We're going to talk with Snow College, and they're here to talk to us about the opportunities available to study there. The Exuma Business Outlook speaker, Samantha Wong-Sang, will join us this morning to talk about her presentation at the conference. And also, the International Culture, Wine and Food Festival team is here to talk about the event happening this weekend. So excited about that segment.
We're also going to talk to the Bahamas national soccer teams about the beach soccer tournament, the Beach Soccer Cup, coming up this particular weekend. And Dr. Sharma will be joining us from Doctors Hospital to talk about the importance of imaging services in breast cancer detection.
Now, to remind you that TCL is inviting you to attend our Exuma Business Outlook happening this Thursday, October 20th. It will be a hybrid event, so you can join in person at the Grand Isle Resort in Exuma or online via Zoom. You can register at tclevents.com. All of that and more, but let's find out what's happening with weather this week with Brother Godfrey Burnside.
Weather at Sunrise, brought to you by Bahamas First. What's first for you comes first for us.
Thank you, Mark, and good morning, Bahamas. And your first look at weather at sunrise. High pressure dominating the feature at this time, building across the islands, but that's going to shift towards the east by Wednesday and make way for a cold front to move in here sometime late Wednesday night into Thursday. But today, a mix of sun and clouds, more sun than clouds, particularly with the remainder of the islands. Some clouds to the extreme northwest Bahamas, Grand Bahama, Abaco, and Bimini, and that'll bring about a couple of showers, maybe a possible thunderstorm. Your high temperature 89 degrees Fahrenheit. Tonight, partly cloudy and mild. Chance of a few nighttime showers again across the Grand Bahama Abaco area. Low temperature going down to 75 degrees Fahrenheit. And some regional highs and lows across the Caribbean, Barbados 88 and 74. In Jamaica 86 and 76. In Trinidad 93 and 74. And the Turks and Caicos Islands 89 and 76. Across North America, Atlanta 74 and 45. In Raleigh 69 and 41. In Miami 86 and 74. Dallas, Texas, 81 and 49, and Toronto, Canada, 50 and 36. As we go to the weekend, again, another lovely day in store weather-wise, but we do expect some increasing cloudiness, particularly the extreme northwest Bahamas starting on Wednesday through Thursday as that front passes through the islands with some showers and possible thunderstorms, clearing by late Thursday into Friday across the northwest Bahamas, and then again that backs up and causes some cloudiness again on Saturday. So temperatures through the next couple of days will be in the upper 80s at daytime, mid-70s, but on Thursday and Friday, you'll attempt to be in the low 80s at daytime, lower 70s nighttime. We won't begin by Saturday. That puts her up on your first look at weather at sunrise. I'm Godfrey Burnside. Back to you, Mark.
Thank you, Godfrey. Snow College has a long tradition of academic excellence at an affordable price and invites Bahamian students to attend. Here to tell us more is Ephraim Tripp, International Recruiter and Activities Coordinator for the Center of Global Engagement at Snow College, and Erica Morris, President of Legacy College Readiness and Tours. There you go.
Yes.
Good morning and welcome to
Good morning.
Bahamas at Sunrise.
Thank you for
Good
having
morning.
us.
Thank you. Thank you for joining us. You're always excited to talk with folks coming to talk to us about tertiary education and bettering ourselves. So, Mr. Tripp, tell us, where is Snow College and what majors do you offer there?
So Snow College is based in central Utah. We're in a small town called Ephraim. Yes, just like my name. My name is Ephraim. We're in a town called Ephraim, Utah. And we offer majors from business, communications, music, software engineering, aerospace engineering, most anything you can imagine. We have more than 70 different majors that we offer.
I think the top question is, does it snow there at Snow College?
It does snow. We have all 4 seasons though, so right now it's starting to get a little colder. The leaves are changing colors, and then we'll get some of the best snow on earth for skiing and snowboarding, so lots of fun.
That sounds exciting. Do you offer scholarships to international students?
We do. We have a guaranteed $5,000 scholarship for all international students who apply for it. We love to have international students to come.
Yeah, and the experience, let's say as a Bahamian, traveling abroad, it's always good for us to experience new cultures, to kind of get out there, get into a new academic setting and challenge ourselves. So excited to hear that you do offer scholarships for international students. Ms. Morris, tell us, why should Bahamians consider Snow College?
Well, one of the reasons that attracted me to Snow College is, yes, it is a 2-year institution. They do have some 4-year degrees. However, they have housing, okay? Because we know with 2-year colleges, a lot of the times they don't have housing.
Right.
The price is $19,500 for the year, and that's the cost, not just tuition. Right. So you subtract the $5,000 from that, ooh.
That's not
And
bad.
then hopefully if you get some money from the government, and their sports program. They're Division I, their soccer team is ranking #1, and I saw a lot of the pro players, basketball and football, that actually came out of Snow College. So
that's amazing.
That's what attracted me.
That's
to
good.
them.
That's good. We actually have members of the national beach soccer team on today. So
We've already made that.
You made that connect.
Yes.
All right. Good job. Good job.
Yes.
Good job. Good job. So tell us, Mrs. Morris, how many students have you introduced to Snow College, and what has the feedback been? How many Bahamian students?
Actually, we just met over the summer, and I have my first student there who's actually recruiting everybody.
All right.
And I think in January we should have an additional 5 more to go.
That's awesome.
But hopefully in the fall we'll have more students going there. And that's one of the things I wanted to talk about. With the 2-year institutions, we have this misconception that 2-year institutions are for dumb students, or you couldn't get into other schools, that's why you went there. Listen, I have a student that has a 3.89 that scored at 1380 in his SATs that is going to a community college. And I tell parents all the time, stop allowing your kids to bully you into going to the 4-year institution if you cannot afford it. Yes, so we're here to definitely promote going to 2-year institutions. They're fully accredited. A lot of them, like us, Snow College, have articulation agreements to guarantee you a smoother transition into the 4-year institutions. So that's why Bahamian kids should go.
Yeah, I agree. It's you find a cheaper tuition, you may have smaller classroom sizes, but you're still getting offered the same quality education, opportunities for Division I sports.
Exactly.
And let's talk about education. Snow College is ranked one of the top colleges in the U.S. right now in terms of its educational success. So tell us a little bit about that.
So in 2020, the Chronicle for Higher Education ranked Snow College #1 in the nation for student success. And a lot of that stems from the personalized touch. You kind of mentioned smaller class sizes. That's a huge thing. And as Erica was talking about, when you start at a community college or you start at a smaller college, you're able to interact with your professors, have that one-on-one time that you wouldn't have, be able to network with them and get great internships. And that's what helps these students to be so successful. They're able to interact directly with their professors, have that one-on-one time, so it helps them to be more successful, not only in their education, but beyond their education as they seek for work opportunities, to transfer to bigger schools, and move on from there. So that's a lot of why we see such a success rate at Snow College, because we're so personalized. We work very closely. But if you were to go to a big university to start, a a lot of times you're overwhelmed. You feel like a number, right? There's
Exactly.
30,000, 40,000, 50,000 students on campus.
Exactly.
Snow College, you're going to find that there's about 15 people in your classroom with you.
Awesome.
Your
That was
professor
gonna be my
knows you.
next-
So
That was going to be my next question. What's the classroom size or the student to teacher ratio?
yeah, about 15 people per class on average. So your professor's going to know your name.
Yep.
They're going to know if you're struggling. They're going to know if you don't show up. I mean,
Yeah.
they might even text you like, "Hey, where were you in class today? We need you here."
And that's
So-
good. You know, you have students that need that personal touch, especially if you're coming, say, straight out of a high school setting where you might be transitioning straight to a community college. In high school, the teachers, they have a bit more hands-on. They know you. They feel like family. And so I think that atmosphere is perfect for students looking for that kind of learning environment. Mrs. Morris, tell us some of the advantages of attending community colleges.
Again, the cost, smaller class sizes, and you know, it's just advantages of going to any colleges. You, especially out of the country where you're from or the community where you're from, you're getting to learn other people, other cultures. I went to a community college. I started off there because my father wouldn't let me go to school I wanted to, so that was, you know, kind of like protesting. But I had a wonderful time there, the same experience, the same classes. I had a smooth transition when I went to FAU. So I think those are some, and the cost, again, parents, stop allowing these kids to bully you into going to these schools that you cannot afford right now.
Yeah. Very well said. You know, you want to have an affordable education. You don't want to be stuck with loans or student bills for the next 30 years of your life. 'Cause
Right.
we all know somebody who might be in that situation. Mr. Tripp, tell us what campus life is like at Snow College.
So we have over 50 different clubs on campus, and you can start up your own club at any time that you'd like. We also have sports, we have activities. Our student life has been very, very exciting this past semester, and we actually just had homecoming this past week. So big football game, a parade, all sorts of activities going on throughout the week, and something that is cultural experiences. So we take them to NBA Jazz games, we take them skiing and snowboarding, national parks, hiking, to golfing facilities and other places, because we don't just want the academic experience. We don't want you to lock yourself in your room and work on your homework all the time. We want you to get out. We want you to see America, see Utah, what we have to offer. So,
Well, I'm ready to sign up. Tell us, how do we find out more information?
so you can go to snow.edu/international. And if you are watching this today, then we can waive the application fee that is usually associated with our application. But what's great as well, if you apply today, you are guaranteed admission. We have a 100% acceptance rate.
All right.
So that makes things really simple. You don't have to feel that pressure of test scores or GPA. If you apply, you're guaranteed admission and guaranteed that $5,000 scholarship as well.
Sounds like I'm ready, and as many of our viewers will probably be reaching out to you today. I'd like to thank you so much for your information. Looking forward to you getting a ton of Bahamian students
Of
enrolling,
course.
That's
getting
what we
those
need.
scholarships in.
Yes.
So we'd like to thank you, Ephraim Tripp and Erica Morris, for joining us this morning talking about Snow College.
Thank you
for
so
having
much.
us.
Yeah.
You're watching Mamas at Sunrise, and we'll be right back.
Attention customers, next Tuesday, a major hurricane will cause complete confusion and chaos throughout the entire Bahamas. Water, phone, and internet services will be in short supply. Definite data loss is expected to all local and family island businesses.
Disasters don't plan ahead, but you can. Be ready with push-to-talk service that keeps you connected with your workforce with a simple push of a button. Contact the experts today at 601-8911 in Nassau or 602-8080.
Wouldn't it be satisfying to own your own piece of paradise? The most important investment you can make in your life is real estate, and Fidelity has the solution for you. You could become the owner of a home or a lot on any of our beautiful islands.
Come and talk to a loan officer and inquire about how you can fund your goals with a loan today.
Because we know it means a lot to own a lot. Visit us online at fidelitygroup.com. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, or visit any of our branches, or phone 356-7764 in Nassau, or 352-6676 for Freeport.
Welcome back. Our next guest coming Thursday. She is Samantha Wong-Sang, the co-founder, CEO of Blue Group of Companies. Good morning, Miss Samantha, and welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise.
Good morning, Ebony. How are you?
I'm great. It's so great to have you with us this morning. So I have a few questions for you. You founded Blue on the Water restaurant. Can you tell us a little bit about the restaurant?
Absolutely. So Blue on the Water was founded going on 7 years ago. Our restaurant is located in beautiful Rolle town, Exuma. I like to say it's the most beautiful spot you'll find on the island of Exuma.
And it's on the water.
It's on the water, as the name suggests. But to be, the funny part about that is that that name was selected before we were actually in the location that we're in right now.
Oh, wow.
But it's the most gorgeous view of Elizabeth Harbor. We initially founded the restaurant just as a place where everybody can come and have a nice, classy, but still casual time. And we wanted it to be for everybody, locals, visitors,
yes,
winter residents. So that's what we're really about, just providing a nice, clean environment to dine.
Awesome. So how did you venture into real estate?
Well, we started, so there are tons of opportunities for, anything that you can imagine. And there are a lot of voids in the market. And I think it's just important to position yourself so that when opportunities present themselves, you're able to take advantage of them. And that's just been one of those things where we're able to position ourselves to be in the right time, in the right spot at the right time. So we moved on to providing short-term rentals, as well as we develop residential and commercial real estate.
Awesome. So now that you mentioned real estate, tell us a little bit about the Blue Key Villas.
So our Blue Key Villa, it also sits on, overlooking the Mariah Harbor Sandbar.
Yes.
And what we think that is very different about our villas is that you have the option of getting butler service with our villas.
Ooh,
as well as food and drink included in your stay. So you still get the feel of a luxury resort.
Plus a total package.
It's very private. Exactly. Exactly.
I love that. I love that. I'm certain you're going to get a lot more clients just from this interview.
I'm excited.
Well, there are some other ventures that you have, which include the alkaline water and specialty food products. Can you tell us a little bit about what you offer, your company?
Yes. Well, it was very natural to merge into the food products. So we have our own line of handcrafted premium food products, which would include our jerk sauce, our hot pepper sauce, our coconut sugar, and we also have our own plant that we bottle our own RO alkaline water.
Awesome. So now that I have your attention, what other properties are in development? Can you tell us a little bit about something that's coming up?
I'll tell you a little. We're working on a few other developments, one of them being affordable but higher end housing that we would like to be able to, we're in the process of actually constructing right now. So we're in the process of constructing those few models, and we want to be able to resell or provide as long-term rentals for anyone that, is in the bracket that can afford it. So we want to make it nice and affordable.
Awesome. So tell me something that you love about Exuma.
Well, there are a lot of things. I love Exuma because it's kind of like the best of both worlds. You still get this island feel, but you're able to get you're able to get the necessities and even sometimes the luxuries that you're looking for. Exuma has to be, the astronaut said it from outer space, one of the most beautiful places on Earth. And I really stand by that. Just to see and to hear the reactions of guests as they come over our hill and they see the sandbar. The first word is usually, wow. I always say I should have named the restaurant Wow.
Yeah.
Because it's really, really a breathtaking island. Well, chain of islands.
Yes, thank you so much. So this Thursday, you will be speaking at the Exuma Business Outlook on seizing opportunities for growth. Can you share with us just a little bit about what we can expect from your presentation?
Well, as I mentioned, I think it's important I just want to encourage others, is really the stance that I'm taking. If you've been thinking about, you have that business plan, you've had that 5-year plan, and you're thinking about, is now the time? I think post-COVID, we will see an explosion. We were already on a steady growth on the islands. And so I expect that to continue. And if you're thinking about that, I would say now is the time to prepare, to plan, and to position. You have to align yourself and be ready for when those opportunities jump at you so that you can take advantage and seize those opportunities.
Yes. Wow, so we're looking to hear a little bit more about Carpe Diem, seizing the day, being opportunistic, jumping on and just getting into it with excitement and vigor. Thank you so much, Ms. Wong. It was such a pleasure talking to you this morning, and thank you for having us. And a pleasure having you join us on Bahamas at Sunrise this morning.
Thank you for having me.
And you can attend the Bahamas Business Outlook this Thursday, October the 20th, either in person at the Grand Isle Resort in Exuma or via online. Register now at tclevents.com. We'll be right back.
Our menu, it's digital, so customers, once they come in, they have to scan the menu. Due to the space size, customers were unable to connect. It was unstable. Customers were very irate. They couldn't see what we offered, so sometimes we had customers that left, and now we don't have that issue. Customers are easily accessing the menu on the website. So now it's a smooth process, and ordering is much easier. Installing the Euromesh was easy as 1, 2, 3.
Cancer won't wait. It won't wait for appointments to open up or test results to come back. That's why at Cancer Treatment Centers of America, our world-class experts give you the care you need when you need it, with appointments in as little as 24 hours and rapid test results to get you a personalized treatment plan. Because cancer isn't just what we do, it's all we do. Call today. Appointments available now.
Exuma Business Outlook is back, and you are invited. Thursday, October 20th at the Grand Isle Resort in Exuma. Our keynote speaker is the Honorable Chester Cooper. A diverse slate of speakers from various industries will convene under the theme Beyond Recovery into Growth. Our speakers include the Honorable Clay Sweeting, Gavin Bowe, Kimwood Mott, Prince Store, Dr. James Ephraim, Madison Millard, J. Carlton Smith, Delmaro Duncombe, Tony Seymour, Samantha Rolle, Alicia Butler, Samantha Wong-Sang, and Catherine Booker. Register today at tclevents.com. You can attend in person for an investment of $70 or via Zoom for $40. Don't miss this 16th edition of Exuma Business Outlook.
Welcome back. Beach soccer is back, people. Beach soccer is back. Beach soccer is back. I got to say it 3 times. I feel tired. I'm so excited about it. So this weekend, both the men's and women's national beach soccer team will be in action at the Malcolm Park, right there at the Paradise Island Bridge by the Sir Sidney Poitier Memorial. You've seen it. Wonderful stadium. And it's the Bahamas Beach Soccer Cup happening this weekend. And here to tell us more, Daria, Adderley, coach of the women's national beach soccer team. Gavin Christie, a.k.a. 4x4 player coach of the men's national beach soccer team. And Fred Lunn, general secretary of the BFA and just our daddy for the beach soccer team, right? Good morning and welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise.
Morning, Bob.
So excited to see you all. This feels like a reunion. We've all spent a lot of time together on the pitch, in the stands, loving the sport, developing the sport. So Daria, tell us, who are the women playing? Who y'all about to beat up this weekend?
So we are playing Trinidad and Turks and Caicos.
Trinidad and Tobago.
Yes.
So tell us, how has the women team been preparing, and are they excited for this weekend?
Well, we're very excited because we just came off a really good tournament earlier this year in El Salvador, and the young ladies are very excited. We've been working really hard. We train 4 days a week, and so they're very excited to actually play for the first time in front of the country. So this will be our first appearance in front of the country. And so every woman who's out there, all the families, the clubs, I invite you all to come out and support the women this weekend.
And Gavin, so we got the man in action. We know the team is always training hard, always ready to fight and compete. Who are you guys playing this weekend?
So we have a fantastic lineup. We have Trinidad and Tobago, Costa Rica, and Colombia.
All right, that's a big matchup going on.
Oh yeah, it's and we're excited. It's gonna be fun in the sun and at nighttime as well, because we play in the evenings. But we're excited.
And how has the prep been like for the team? I know training both for the men's and women's team is rigorous. You got to be consistent. You got to give you all. But tell us, how have you guys been preparing for this match?
Yeah, so we've been training lots of days in, working hard, and now we're to the final leg. So now we're just doing the fine tuning to get ready to kick off on Friday night under the lights. I think our first game is against Trinidad, and it's as you know, it's always a good match between Bahamas and Trinidad, so we're looking forward towards that.
Yeah, Trinidad definitely one of the teams that remind us of ourselves. It's another Caribbean powerhouse, talented players, and ready to take on the world. Mr. Lunn, so tell us, how does it feel to have beach soccer playing again, back on our shores, back on our sun?
Mark, it feels great. It'll feel even better if you were on this side of the camera today, because I know your listening audience don't know, but I'll spill the beans. Mark is a former Beach National team player back in the day before he started his own team at home. And, but it's good to have this competition back. After 2 years, COVID did stop a lot of sports activity in the country. Training was hampered by that, but it's great to have Daria out and Gavin, who had to remove himself from the team. He was a player for a long time, but he's decided to, not really hang it up, but he's coaching the team this year. But it's wonderful to have them back. It's wonderful to have folks like that supporting these events. Wouldn't be possible. But those of you who remembered how the World Cup put us really on the map as a nation, to host beach soccer, we're going to do it again with this particular tournament. And this will be the sort of kickoff for our bid for the CONCACAF qualifiers next year, which will bring in 16 countries from around the Caribbean and Central America. Yeah, well,
I just got goosebumps when you said that just now.
Yeah, yeah. So we're hoping that we can have an attractive audience out there. We want to invite the families, the supporters of beach soccer, even those that have never seen the sport come out. You'll really witness a spectacle that you'll walk away really enjoying it. And the women have done a great job. With Daria. First time introducing them at home playing. So we really want you to come out and get behind the ladies teams. The guys, they know Leslie St. Fleur will be out. The normal crew, Gary. Joseph is there, a few additions. Boogie's back, Ivan Rolle, back on the squad. As you know, you played with him back in the day. So we have Michael Butler, who just came back from Italy, playing some international matches in Italy. So, great squad, and it'll be a great time.
So for those who aren't familiar with the sport, just give us a little background on where beach soccer began and how we got to this point now.
Well, we go back a long way. We were probably the third country in the world actually to play behind Brazil and United States back in 1988 thereabouts. We kicked off some big tournaments here in the 90s and 94. Jumping way ahead now in 2009, but you were part of that squad. They heard about the Bahamas playing beach soccer, but really it was just a fundraiser, for us at the time. So we got invited to play in the qualifiers in Puerto Vallarta, Mexico. And we had our first goal in 4 seconds against the United States. And at that point we realized, wow, we could really play this game. Several years later, we were selected as a country to actually host the World Cup, hence the stadium was being built. And the squad spent 6 weeks in Europe training, playing against some of the top teams in the world at the time, and came back and we finished 11th in the World Cup. So it was a tremendous road to success for this team. And it continues. We are right now ranked 38th in the world. And we're playing against Costa Rica, I think, as 54th, or Trinidad is 58. But Colombia, we have to watch them. They're like 26.
That's a big one.
So they're out of Conmebol, Central, South America. So if we can hold our own against them and maybe take a win here and keep our cowbells at home,
Definitely looking
we'll
forward to
do
that.
great. Yes.
Definitely looking forward to that. So, yeah, 4x4, and you know that's his pitch name. We all know what that means. So, tell us, how does it feel going from a player to a coach, and how do you feel about your players right now?
Yeah, well, you know, it's always bittersweet to come off, to give up a playing position, but, you know, we have a lot of very good new young players coming, and now this tournament is a great opportunity for them to get some experience and to showcase what we've been training. And so I'm excited to still be there and be the fifth man on the bench, but really just to help them with my experience. You know, I've been around the game for many years, and really to help apply my experience and my knowledge to help the younger players come up, get some good experience, and hopefully, you know, get them turning into world-class, high-level players.
Definitely, just like yourself, very well said. Legend on and off the pitch, my boy, 4x4. Daria, Coach Daria, tell us, how does it feel coaching this team in front of a home crowd, and are the players ready and excited?
It's for me, it's very exciting. It's a privilege, actually, to be coaching in front of our home crowd. And like I said before, the ladies are very excited. You know, we're ranked, the only ranked Caribbean team. We're ranked 18th. And so, you know, this tournament hopefully will showcase what we have women who can bicycle kick as well. And, you know, we have some really strong females on the team. So once again, you know, these ladies are excited because, as I said before, the Bahamas has never seen them live. And so this is our opportunity to shine.
We're ready to watch them perform because we know they have a strong coach behind them. Daria, also a legend on and off the pitch. So tell us, Mr. Lunn, how can people get access to the match and tickets, and tell us the times again of the matches this weekend?
Well, it's free to the general public.
All right.
Just show up, first come, first serve. We have 2,900 seats in the stadium. So the kickoff is at 6. Gates will open about 4 o'clock. So come from school, come right from work.
Yeah.
We'll have food vendors there, so you don't have to worry about trying to feed the kids. That sort of thing will be taken care of. So we know the location, right? It's Sidney Poitiers Bridge. Bring your flags, no whistles, bring your cowbells, and just come out and enjoy it. It's an absolutely free event, and it's very few events you can go to in the world that you can see a world-class event with world-class athletes, men and women playing from different countries around the world, and it's absolutely free.
We love it.
And that's part of the draw to the game. We want people to come out and enjoy it.
Well, we're excited, and I'm going to take off my shoes from now so I can get my toes in the sand. I would like to thank you all for being there. Gavin, Christie, Daria, Adderley, and Fred Lunn, our beach soccer warriors, getting ready for the Bahamas Beach Soccer Cup this weekend. Thank you all for joining us on Bahamas at Sunrise.
Thank you.
You're watching Bahamas at Sunrise. We'll be right back.
One thing, two things, blue thing, old things, things that are small, things that are grand, things that fit just right, and in the palm of your hand. Fox Hill Nursery, a large selection of garden supplies. If you can see it in your mind, you can find it at Fox Hill Nursery.
Since 1967, Freeport Oil Company Limited has been dedicated to fueling growth and prosperity in the Bahamas. We have been a constant pillar within the country, striving to invest and support our community through the best of times and the worst of times. For us, Full Call represents 21 years of strength and consistency, consistent leadership, consistent growth, consistent customer service. Through it all, we are resilient. Full Call, fueling growth for people.
Welcome back to Bahamas at Sunrise. We are at the mid-show on this marvelous Monday. You've joined us dead early. I am Mark Daniels.
And I'm Ebony Bahamas.
And we are so glad that you stuck with us We've had a great first half of the show, packed full of exciting stories.
Yes.
I personally love the beach soccer clip because, as they mentioned, I used to be, back in the day.
Reliving those times, I see.
I could run around and do a little thing, but
well, I had the wonderful opportunity to speak to Miss Wong-Sang, who will be presenting at the Bahamas Outlook this weekend, this Thursday. And it was a wonderful, she told me, listen, Carpe diem, seize the day, take every opportunity. And as a young woman, I've taken that literally and figuratively. Okay.
And run.
Yes.
And we also enjoyed our segment with Snow College, talking about the advantages of community colleges and the opportunities they're presenting to Bahamian students. And we have a whole second half of the show ready to go. We're going to be talking to Dr. Sharma, and he's joining us from Doctors Hospital to talk about the importance of imaging services in breast cancer detection.
And the International Culture and Wine and Food Festival team is here to talk about that event happening this weekend at the Bahamas. But before we get into that, let's take another look at weather with Mr. Godfrey Burnside.
Weather at Sunrise, brought to you by Bahamas First. What's first for you comes first for us.
Thank you, Evan, and good morning, Bahamas. And your second look at weather, sunrise, the tropics. The tropics this morning is quiet, and the tropical cyclone formation expected during the next 5 days. On the local scene, high pressure down weather feature, but that's going to shift towards the east on Wednesday. Make way of cold front of wind some late Wednesday night into Thursday, so a slight cool down on Thursday and Friday. In the marine forecast, those winds today, east to southeast at 10 to 15 knots, sea 2 to 4 feet over all the islands. On Tuesday, wind south to southwest at 10 to 15 knots, sea 2 to 4 feet over the northwest Bahamas, southeast to south at 10 to 15 knots, sea 2 to 4 feet over the central and southeastern islands. On Wednesday, those winds southwest to west at 10 to 15 knots, sea 2 to 4 feet northwest Bahamas, south to southwest at 10 knots or less, seas less than 3 feet over the central and southeastern islands. Yeah, tides. You can expect a low tide at 7:40 this morning. Next high tide will be at 2:11 this afternoon. Low again tonight at 8:51. Sunset will be at 6:40 this evening. Rising was 7:09. UV index 8. Your water temperature 84 degrees Fahrenheit. And the moon phase last quarter. As we go through the week, high pressure will be around through tomorrow. That's going to give us a partly sunny skies. But by Wednesday, shift towards the east. And so expect increasing clouds, in particular with the northwest Bahamas come Wednesday evening into Thursday with some showers and possible thunderstorms and a slight cool down, and then we warm again on Friday with some sunshine. That puts her up on your final look at weather sunrise. I'm Godfrey Burnside. Back to you, Ebony.
Thank you so much, Godfrey. October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and today we are going to explore different types of breast cancer screenings with our next guest, Dr. Muneesh Sharma, the Director of Imaging Services at Doctors Hospital. Oh, I bet you can't say that 5 times fast. Good morning, Dr. Sharma, and welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise.
Good morning. Thank you for having me here.
It is good to have you. So let's get right into it. Could you tell us a little bit about the purpose of imaging services in breast cancer detection, please?
Yeah. Fortunately, the breast cancer detection aims to find cancers as early as possible. There are women who do self-breast examination and they're very aware of their breasts, and they may be able to pick up cancers fairly early. However, a lot of women, unless they get screened with imaging studies such as mammograms or ultrasounds, will never be able to pick up those cancers at an early stage. So the attempt here is to use imaging to pick up cancer as early as possible. And that's where the role of imaging is critical as opposed to self-breast or a physician breast examination.
Oh, yes. So can you tell us a little bit about what is a diagnostic mammogram?
Right. So, like I mentioned, sometimes what happens is a lady is able to palpate a lump, or a physician is able to palpate a lump. That's one scenario. Or sometimes they may come with distinct complaints, such as discharge from the nipple, or painful breast, or an asymmetry between the two breasts. And in scenarios like that, what we are running on the mammogram is essentially a detection, not just of the cancer, or a pathology which explains the patient's complaints. So that is a diagnostic mammogram in the sense it has certain additional views and certain additional tweaks to a routine screening exam that makes it distinct in the sense that it's able to diagnose the pathology which caused the patient's complaints. On the other hand, a screening mammogram is something where you are normal and you have just walked in to screen the two breasts, and we are just aiming to find a cancer at the earliest without the patient having any complaints, obviously.
Understood. Can you tell us what is ultrasound imaging, and when would a patient require that service?
That's a very common question, and especially because women are being aware of the breast cancer and the risk associated at a much younger age. So the challenge here is essentially a mammogram is a radiation using tool. So an average mammogram is equivalent to about 7 weeks of background radiation, or natural background radiation, which is equivalent to, in medical terms, around 0.4 millisieverts. Now, the substitute for that in patients who are not eligible for a mammogram, which is under 40 years of age, is to use breast ultrasound. So ultrasound is a distinct modality. It uses the ultrasonic waves to create images. It's not as sensitive as mammogram because it does not pick up microcalcifications, for example, which are essentially small calcium deposits in the cancer. But it's able to pick up a lot of other pathologies as well. So mostly an ultrasound can be thought of in two ways. In women who are not eligible for screening, you want to use this as a screening tool, yes. But those who are eligible for screening, the ultrasound is a complement to the mammogram. It adds value post-mammogram. It's also of a lot of relevance in women who have dense breasts because yes.
Not to cut you off, but since you mentioned the dense breast, like what does it mean when you say a woman has dense breast tissue?
Right. So the breast is essentially composed of two main components, right? The one is the fibroglandular stroma, which is the one which is the active part of the breast, which produces milk, has all the cells and tissue, which is actively involved in the functions that the breast serves. The other part of it is the fatty tissue, which is kind of more of a volumizer and stabilizer and support tissue. So between the two, there can be a difference in density, which we see on the mammogram.
Okay.
But every person has differential breast tissue. So there may be a lady who has a lot more fibroglandular tissue and very little fatty tissue, as opposed to someone who has a lot of fatty tissue and very little glandular tissue. So because of that, we see a difference in density between the two breasts. So one with a lot of fat tends to look like a more grayish, blackish breast, and the one with a lot of glandular tissue looks like a lot of white on the breast on a mammogram. And that actually, the amount of glandular tissue, when it is very dense or very white, it's a problem because it can sometimes masks small cancers, or maybe things may be hidden just under it, but it's not apparent because of the overlapping tissue. So that's the challenge with dense breasts, and we usually like to complement an ultrasound to enhance the diagnostics.
How important is early detection? We want to hear straight from the doctor. And how often is it recommended for you to get a mammogram?
Early detection absolutely is very critical in this whole game of cancer detection and treatment. If you look at the American standards now, they're aiming to pick up cancers as early as 6 millimeters. So that's a very small size which they're trying to. Right. On an average, screening mammogram usually picks up cancers around 1.4 centimeters. So we are looking at going 50% shaving that percentage that low. the aim of that reduction in cancer detection is the early or the smaller the cancer is, the less likely that it has spread, first of all, to other body parts, especially like lymph nodes in the axilla or other glandular tissue in the neck, or diffusely in the body. So your chances of metastasis or spread of cancer are lower, as well as the ability to cure by removing just the cancer is higher. So you're able to get more curative treatment as opposed to a palliative treatment when the cancer is smaller.
Thank you.
So definitely the aim of all cancer detection techniques is to find the smallest possible site as it can be. That offers the best prognosis for that patient.
Yes, thank you so much. Can you tell us what promotion Doctors Hospital is offering for breast cancer this year so that persons can connect with you?
Definitely. We are very fortunate to be offered the opportunity to pass this on to the Bahamian public. Our exec decided to offer two components to it essentially this year, which is very different from what we do previously. So on the mammogram front, we are able to offer a cash pay price of $60, which is a flat price. Almost a 50% discount, essentially, because a routine mammogram is $120. So that is a significant reduction in cash pay pricing. And if you're insured, then the co-payment is waived because we just take what the insurance provides for that. But not to complement that, this time we have actually also gone down on the breast ultrasound prices because a lot of women need complement imaging. We are offering breast ultrasounds at $250, which is also a significant reduction from the routine price of $350 for the breast ultrasound. So I think together it's about a 33% reduction in breast imaging, which I think a lot of women will benefit from. And it's something which I would really want to push out to the public to take advantage of, because all we want to do is pick up cancers at the earliest and offer curative treatments to patients who are unsuspecting.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Dr. Sharma. Today we were just talking with Dr. Sharma, of the Director of Imaging Services at Doctors Hospital. He was telling us about the importance of getting a mammogram, having an ultrasound done, and just the importance of early detection. Thank you so much for having you on Bahamas at Sunrise. We'll be right back.
Thank you.
Attention customers, next Tuesday, a major hurricane will cause complete confusion and chaos throughout the entire Bahamas. Water, phone, and internet services will be in short supply. Definite data loss is expected to all local and family island businesses.
Disasters don't plan ahead, but you can. Be ready with push-to-talk service that keeps you connected with your workforce with a simple push of a button. Contact the experts today at 601-8911 in Nassau or 602-8811 in the Family Island.
Exuma Business Outlook is back, and you are invited. Thursday, October 20th at the Grand Isle Resort in Exuma. Our keynote speaker is the Honorable Chester Cooper. A diverse slate of speakers from various industries will convene under the theme Beyond Recovery into Growth. Our speakers include the Honorable Clay Sweeting, Gavin Bowe, Kimwood Mott, Prince Store, Dr. James Ephraim, Madison Millard, J. Carlton Smith, Delmaro Duncombe, Tony Seymour, Samantha Rolle, Alicia Butler, Samantha Wong-Sang, and Catherine Booker. Register today at tclevents.com. You can attend in person for an investment of $70 or via Zoom for $40. Don't miss this 16th edition of Exuma Business Outlook.
Wouldn't it be satisfying to own your own piece of paradise? The most important investment you can make in your life is real estate, and Fidelity has the solution for you. You could become the owner of a home or a lot on any of our beautiful islands.
Come and talk to a loan officer and inquire about how you can fund your goals with a loan today.
Because we know it means a lot to own a lot. Visit us online at fidelitygroup.com. Follow us on Instagram Facebook, or visit any of our branches, or phone 356-7764 in Nassau or 352-6676 for Freeport.
Welcome back. The International Culture, Wine, and Food Festival is back, everybody, and it's happening this weekend at Collins House Gardens. Here to tell us more are Kendenique Moss, representative from the ICWFF, Kimwood Mott, project manager for the digital currency implementation at Central Bank, Scieska Adderley, PR and communications manager with Canoe, and Shazell Rolle, PR and communications coordinator with Alive. Good morning and welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise.
Good morning. Morning.
Thank you all for joining us dead early on this marvelous Monday. We're so excited because International Culture, Wine, and Food Fest is back. And we are so excited. I think it's one of my most favorite events of the year. So let's dig right in. Kendenique, tell us, what is this festival all about?
It's really about an amalgamation of cultures and foods and taste and dance and creativity. It brings everybody together in one location so that we can all have the taste and a sample of everything that's throughout the world. It gives us an opportunity to see each other, persons that we may not have seen throughout the year. Everybody's at one spot. We come together, we dance, we laugh, we party. And for this year in particular, because of our sponsors, we have an opportunity to go digital, and we have an opportunity to see technology work at its very, very best. And, times are changing. Of course, we've changed. We've relocated to Collins. And so things are going to be a little bit different this year. We have a large area. You can come, you can bring your chairs, you can bring your blankets, come out, have a good time. We have family fun for the children, for the adults. Everybody's able to come out and have an absolutely wonderful time under one umbrella.
I love it. I love it. It is, once again, one of my favorite events of the year. You mentioned it, the food. Of course, there's always the wine and the drinks from the different countries, but it's also just the camaraderie, being able to mix and see folks you haven't seen in a while, learn from some of the other cultures, and just interact in a way that we don't always get to. So definitely one of my favorite events of the year. Kimwood, Sand dollar is the currency that's going to be used at the festival this year. Explain to us how it's going to be used.
Yes, so we all know that the ICWFF has always been a cashless environment. But this year they're going completely digital, and they're using this opportunity to introduce the Bahamas, the Bahamian, as well as the international visitors, the ability to experience our central bank digital currency, the sand dollar. The sand dollar is the same as the actual physical bills and coins that you have in your pockets or wallets. It's just in its digital format. And what makes this even greater is the fact that because it's the legal tender of the Bahamas, this can not just only be used here at the actual festival, but you can use it even far beyond. And also you have the opportunity to get digital wallets even ahead of the festival. You can actually have top-ups during the festival. You can transact. And of course, because sand dollar is seamless, it is very efficient. It's very, it's secure. These persons that have the sand dollar in their wallets will have a new experience to be able to transact in the blink of an eye. The merchants that are going to be there are going to see top-notch technology. And this is something that is going to carry on even far, way beyond this actual festival. But the festival itself, it gave us an opportunity to partner with the Food Fest and get the Bahamian public educated, get them to be experienced and get to see and touch and feel what we've been doing here at the Central Bank.
I'm so excited to hear that. Looking forward to those lightning fast transactions because you ain't got no time to waste. You got to make sure you get your food from this place, from that place. Got to get your drinks. You ain't got no time to hang up and be looking in your wallet for 5s, 10s, and 20s, right? So Scieska, tell us, how will Canoe be facilitating digital payments?
Okay, so as Kimwood would have said, central banks will be using the sand dollar, that is the currency, but you definitely need a wallet to hold that currency, right? Yeah. And so the preferred choice, I'd like to say, would be Canoe. So you could download the Canoe app and create your Sand Dollar account. But the interesting thing I want everyone to know, this is not about exclusion or favoritism. If you have a wallet from another AFI, as long as you have your Sand Dollar account with them, you will be able to transact and we will be able to facilitate those transactions. If you don't have a smartphone, we have a solution for you as well. We will be having an NFC band. That's actually a very new feature that Canoe is coming out with at the festival. And these are ideal for parents that have their kids that want to go out and do their own thing, but you want to still be able to monitor and track what your child is doing. So this is perfect that you can load your money, your Sand Dollar onto these bands, and you're able to keep track of that. It also works for guests on our shores as well who don't live here and don't want to be committed to an app per se. So there's also the band for that as well. But really, we're here to walk you through the process to make sure that you're able to conduct these digital transactions in the most seamless way possible. Anytime new technology is being introduced, there's a sense of fear, there's a sense of being overwhelmed, but we really want to ensure that this process is as easy and as user-friendly as possible. We want everyone, like you said, to have as much time as possible to enjoy the festival, not worrying about how they're going to pay for their items and standing on long lines and all that stuff that gets you very frustrated.
I love it. I love it. It feels like once I visit this festival, I'm not only going to get an education on Sand Dollar, I can learn about what an AFI is, because the first time I heard that term. And then we're also going to have Alive there, and Alive will be giving offering some services. So Shazell, tell us, how will Alive be facilitating festival goers this weekend?
Well, you mentioned lightning fast transaction. And of course, if you want lightning fast transaction, you have to have lightning fast Wi-Fi. So we will be providing the Wi-Fi to the vendors to ensure that once persons come and they are getting their Sand Dollar, they're topping up their wallet, we don't want no buffering or anything. So we'd be providing the Wi-Fi to all the vendors, and also just to make sure that everybody is having a great time and nobody has to run home to charge their phones or anything. We'll have charging stations out there as well for customers to come. And, we want to have a good day. And sometimes people be there from morning till night. So just to make sure that you have a safe and fun time, we'll be providing these services.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I'm so excited once again. I wish it was Friday already, but I guess I got to wait a bit longer. Kimwood, tell us, how is Sand Dollar giving away $20,000 in spending money?
Yes, we want to make sure that persons really get the opportunity to spend. We want to encourage it. So here at the Central Bank, this is one of our initiatives. Persons say, well, we want to ensure that we touch everybody. So even if you don't have sufficient funds in your wallet, if you come out there with that digital wallet, we are prepared to fund your wallets in order for you to have that experience to transact with the Sand Dollar. And I'm sure that once you have that first time experience, it will not be your last.
I make sure I'm going to download my wallet, because that $20,000 sounds good. So I can spend that off the property too, or only at the festival?
We encourage you to spend it at the festival, but definitely, yes, it is legal to enter the Bahamas and can be spent anywhere Sand Dollar is accepted.
Fantastic, fantastic. Now I need to hear about what's going to be going on there. So Kendenique, how many booths will there be, and what are some of the activities we can look forward to this weekend?
Listen, we have new attractions. We have a haunted house. We're just weeks ahead of Halloween. Yeah. So the Heritage Environmental Artistic Diaspora has provided that for us. We have Bahamian experts addressing special subjects like Gumbe Kid Zone to provide stimulating and informational diagrams for children. We have, of course, over 100 booths that are going to be out there. There's food, there's entertainment. We have a complete lineup. So everything starts from 10 a.m. in the morning and it runs to about 7 p.m. But of course, at 7 p.m., no one necessarily leaves the ground. So that's where the camaraderie and the fun, and the extra fun comes in. Because sometimes you just have a tendency to want to stay out and talk a little bit longer, eat a little bit more. And of course, we're Saturday and we're Sunday. So the cost, of course, is $10 for adults and $3 for children. It's an amalgamation of culture, of food, of taste, and excitement. Everybody is welcome to come on out and have a wonderful time. In terms of shuttle busing, to make sure that everybody is able to traverse as best as they possibly can. We have been We've been partnering with Bahamas Experience, who has been a very, very long-standing partner with us, and they're providing shuttle services to and from the actual site for us so that everybody's able to come at one particular time, that they're running every 15 minutes, every 30 minutes, on the hour, on top of the hour, to make sure that persons are able to be transported to and from. So it's an awesome opportunity. And if it's your first time, it definitely won't be your last. We have wonderful opportunities for you to come out and win lots of money, awesome technology. And like Ms. Rolle said, you don't have to leave, because sometimes you're there all day long. And that's the opportunity for us.
That's fantastic. I tell you, I ready to end this interview now and get out to the site early and get my spot.
Let's get there. Let's get there.
So as we wrap up, Kendenique, tell us, who should come to this festival and how do we get tickets to attend?
Listen, everyone should come to the festival, from in the womb to in a wheelchair. We can accommodate every single person. You're able to, of course, go and get our funds in terms of the sand dollar. The technology is there. You can purchase tickets, or of course you can come to the gate and we can accommodate you at the gate as well. We will not turn anyone away. This is the first time that we've been back after being gone for a very long hiatus, and so we're welcoming everyone. It's an open festival. We welcome everyone. It's going to be a fantastic time.
Thank you so much. I feel like I am personally invited, so I shall be there with all my cheering in tow.
I will look for you.
All the cheering will be in tow, because we know it's a family event, and we look forward to this event this weekend. And so we'd like to thank you all for joining us this morning, dead early on Bahamas at Sunrise. Bahamas at Sunrise.
Thank you. Have a good day, everyone.
Have a great day.
Have a good day.
You're watching Bahamas at Sunrise. We'll be right back.
Exuma Business Outlook is back, and you are invited. Thursday, October 20th at the Grand Isle Resort in Exuma. Our keynote speaker is the Honorable Chester Cooper. A diverse slate of speakers from various industries will convene under the theme Beyond Recovery into Growth. Our speakers include the Honorable Clay Sweeting, Gavin Bowe, Kimwood Mott, Prince Store, Dr. James Ephraim, Madison Millard, J. Carlton Smith, Delmaro Duncombe, Tony Seymour, Samantha Rolle, Alicia Butler, Samantha Wong-Sang, and Catherine Booker. Register today at tclevents.com. You can attend in person for an investment of $70 or via Zoom for $40. Don't miss this 16th edition of Exuma Business Outlook.
And that is it for us today on Bahamas at Sunrise. Thank you for joining us dead early on another marvelous Monday edition. I'm Mark Daniels. It's been my pleasure.
I'm Ebony Bahamas, and it was having such a great time having you with us this morning. And that's it. That's all.
Yeah,
Thanks for watching.
Have a great week, everyone.